So for a while I've been finding different projects to work on to help me practice and develop my art skills. And one project I've been working on is a hypothetical game concept called Nomlin. Nomlins are dessert themed creatures inspired by various types of sweets and baked goods. You'll play as a newly licensed pastry chef, which is the official name for Nomlin tamers. You'll embark on a journey to become the world's best pastry chef. Along the way, you'll collect and evolve Nomlins and run your own cozy farm and cafe. And you'll compete in various types of baking contests in multiple different towns and biomes. I'll probably go over the mechanics and more of the world building at a later point, but for this video I just wanted to go over the base forms of each type of Nomlin. There are 8 different types of Nomlins, and each type has its own theme. First up we have the big type, and the base form for the big type is Dobie. Dobie is a cute blob of dough that loves flour and also loves to bounce about and keeps his area tidy. So the bake type is basically centered around baked goods like muffins, pies, scones, and the theme and vibe of this type is basically cozy and warm vibes. Next we have the frosted type, and the base form for the frosted type is Chillip. Chillip is a dollop of sherbet with big sweet eyes, and it's cold to the touch, at least behind Frosty trail when it moves. It looks like it's resting in a pile of snow. Basically, the frosted type is centered around frozen treats like ice creams, popsicles, and the theme and vibe of this type is chilly, frosty, fun, kind of like the ice type, where it's kind of like a bit more elegance. But here with the frosted type, it's a bit more playful and fun. Then we have the fluffy type, which is fluffy based desserts like marshmallows, meringue, whipped cream, like more creamy based desserts. The base form for this type is Flufflet, a baby cloud of meringue that floats low to the ground. It leaves a soft light and is prone to bouncing gently. The theme for this type is angelic and pure. Next we have the sugary type, which is basically the candy type. This type is really energetic and bombastic, kind of like the electric type in Pokemon. The base form for this type is Zandy, an energetic ball of candy that zips around uncontrollably. It has little wings and a goofy tongue. He loves to make silly faces. The theme around this type, as I said, is whimsical and fun and energetic. So it's basically based off of candies like lollipops, cotton candy. The next type is the tart type, which is basically fruity themed desserts. The base form for this type is Berry Bud, a tiny berry inside a little tartlet made of leaves. Its berry cheeks are sweet on the outside, and it's cheerful on the inside. This type will be based off of things like lemon bars, berry tarts, and the theme of this type will also be multiple creatures in one, like how Dugtrio is one creature, but it has like multiple heads. So as Berry Bud evolves, it'll gain multiple heads basically, or multiple berries that act as one. Next type is the chocolate type, which is basically chocolate themed desserts. The chocolate type is basically dark and mysterious. It's kind of like the dark type from Pokemon. The base form for this type is Cocobit, a mischievous chocolate chip with little sharp eyes, like it's always plotting something. So in this type you get chocolate themed Nomlins like truffles, brownies, fudge. Next type is the beverage type, which is basically drink-based desserts like smoothies, sodas, hot chocolates, and teas. The base form for this type is Slurpit. Slurpit is a blob of fizzy water with a little straw horn on its head. It gurgles happily and leaves a bubbly trail behind. It floats and it makes bubbly sounds. This is basically like the water type from Pokemon. Our last type is the crisp type, which is basically fried based desserts like donuts, baguettes, pancakes, French toast. The base form for this type is Sizzle Tot, a small fried piece of dough that looks like a misshapen star. It's bouncy, but it's a little bit clumsy, and it often slips when it's too excited. The theme for this type would be more large and imposing and prehistoric, so its evolved forms are going to look more prehistoric. And the cool thing about all these base forms is that they're kind of like Eevee, where they all have a branch evolution. They could evolve into different desserts in their typing. Take for example Dobby. Say you get him up to level 20. You put him in the oven at level 20, he turns into his muffin form. Or say you wait it out and you level him up to level 30 instead. You put him in the oven and he turns into his cookie form. So depends on what level you're at and what cooking method you use, they turn into their secondary form. And say you want to evolve them a third time. So to evolve them a third time, you give that second stage form an ingredient. Like say you give the muffin form a blueberry and you put him back in the oven, he turns into his third stage evolution, which is a blueberry muffin. Or instead you give him a lemon and he'll turn into a lemon poppy seed muffin. So it's kind of like a crafting system, and I'm going to get more into it probably in like later videos when I talk about the second stage forms of these different Nomlins. But I think that's going to do it for now. But I'd like to thank you all for watching up to this point. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. But I think this has been a really fun project to work on. But we all have a great rest of your day. God bless you, and bye.